Hi guys, I am here with Michiru, Fandina, whatever you want to call her, and we are going to bring you our review of Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman that we went to see on Saturday.
Yes.
But we are going to do it as Minako, Anno, and Michiru Kaio. So, I hope you enjoy this. What's wrong, Michiru? That stage fright?
Nope.
Anyway, we are reviewing Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman because I made her get Michiru go see it with me.
We were in the back row.
Not the whole time. Anyway. But since Haruka bailed on us, it's just me and Michiru who are going to review it.
Yeah, she's going to owe me for this.
She always owes you for something, doesn't she?
She likes to repay me. What can I say?
Anyway, so for those of you who may not have seen it, warning, we're not going to hide spoilers, so if you have a spoiler problem, just kind of move on along. Come see us after you've seen the movie. But otherwise, we're going to jump right in. Professor Marston, the Wonder Woman, it's like this really cool movie about this professor who is married, and he falls for his teaching assistant, and his wife does too, and a whole bunch of stuff comes after that. But in the beginning, it does start focusing on Professor Marston and his wife, and this theory of psychology that he has. What was it again? The disc or something?
Yep, this theory.
So he introduces that he's teaching at a college that's like for all girls. I can't imagine just all girls at the college. That would suck so bad.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
But he's teaching psychology, and he introduces this theory that he's going to teach the class the whole semester. It stood for... See, this is why I get detention, because I have a hard time remembering things. It stood for dominance. What's an enticement? What was it?
It was enticement.
No, it was like enticement, but that's not the word they used. It was inducement.
Inducement.
Oh, that's right.
And then submission and compliance.
Yes.
Okay, we're actually recording back here. So, like, he's trying to teach this theory, and there's this pretty girl with blonde hair, and she catches the professor's eye because, well, she's cute, and she stands out because she's got beautiful golden blonde hair. Like, beautiful golden blonde hair is the best. You can't even argue with that one.
I can't. I'm trying to. I'm really trying to.
Because Haruka has blonde hair, so you can't argue with that.
Yeah, but it doesn't really get so much in the way.
No, but I bet yours does.
She likes it.
Oh, so you're saying, like, you would have a problem if she tried to grow out her hair?
That's not what I said.
But it would get in the way, right?
That's not what I said.
Sure it's not.
Haruka, if you ever felt like growing your hair or do it.
That's not what she wants.
Minako.
Yes, Michiru.
I'll try on you.
Not if I chain you up first. By the way, I loved a lot of things about this movie. But anyway, now that I think I broke Michiru, we're gonna go on. So there's a lot of stolen glances. There's a conversation about, between Professor Martson and his wife about how, the young co-ed would break his heart, but if he really wants, since she doesn't experience sexual jealousy, to go for it. But that's not really how it plays out, is it?
Yep, she has a very interesting conversation with her herself.
She's so mean to the girl with the pretty blonde hair.
I kind of chuckled.
Why? Because you'd have that conversation with anyone who assisted Haruka?
I wouldn't have to. I trust Haruka.
Okay.
What?
Anyway.
What?
Let's get focused on the movie. We're supposed to be reviewing a movie here, and I'm having hair problems.
Look at me. At least if Haruka grew up, she'd know how to keep it together.
Everybody has a bad hair day. Thank you.
Not me.
Yes, even you. Trust me, I know Haruka's mentioned him. Anyway.
Shows me.
Now.
She's caused a lot of them.
Anyway. So, back to the movie. Seriously? We have to get back to the movie. So, what about that interesting conversation?
Well, I don't know because she used a 4-letter word.
You can bleep the 4-letter word.
Okay. She blatantly says, "Don't bleep my husband."
Right, or, she uses graphic language, but she's basically saying not to sleep with her husband.
I like the graphic language.
I like the graphic language too. But I don't want my content banned.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Anyway, so she totally has this whole jealous girlfriend routine going on, or jealous wife routine. After she told him that it was okay. She made
the poor girl cry so many times.
She did make the poor girl cry a lot, but so then it goes on, and it the wife apologizes. Elizabeth, she apologizes, and they convince the girl's name is Olive, right? They convince Olive to stay, and then they all keep working and getting closer, and it's so totally obvious that it isn't just Professor Marston that wants Olive anymore. It is obvious that his wife wants her too.
I don't know anything about that part.
So, anyway, so time goes on, and there's a whole little storyline with, she's engaged, which is awesome, but he's a total snore bag. So.
And an idiot.
So obviously, in the end, she chooses the Marstons, which in the time the movie took place, that was a gutsy move, because that was not cool. People were not okay with that. Not only was it not cool because, 3 people being together, but it wasn't cool because, it was way worse, we can't even imagine what it would have been like for them as 2 women back then. Wasn't it, against the law and a mental health disorder and stuff?
It was mental health disorder. And they actually said that in the movie.
They did say that in the movie. That's what I thought. But yeah, because it was considered a mental health disorder back then. And part of the backlash that came from everything was, and it might have been his wife Elizabeth that said it, but somebody was like, how can you're professors of psychology, you know what people think. So anyway, I think Michiru was falling asleep. I kept her up past her bedtime.
No, that's Haruka's job. But no, you
she
skipped
asked me
over.
to fill in.
No, but I'm surprised you skipped over the part where they're testing a lie detector test.
Oh yeah. Well.
And one of the questions she gives to Olive is, "Do you love him?" Or was it? No, she was going to him
first. Yeah.
Well, that's another part where she just runs out, or the wife runs out. She goes after her, and Olive's like, "It's not him. I'm in love with you." I'm surprised you skipped over that.
And well, that's why I'm not doing this by myself.
See, I'm listening.
And she kisses her, doesn't she? And then they try to just be friends, and that's when
she gets engaged.
You enter the stupid boy fiance that is just a total snore bag. He is totally boring. I wouldn't pick him either.
I wouldn't either, but there's other reasons.
True. I wouldn't pick him even if he was a girl. But no, and eventually boyfriend or the fiance draws a line in the sand, like, we're leaving, these people are weird. Tries to ask Elizabeth her intentions toward Olive. And I thought it was funny that he when he asks, it doesn't name the wife. So Professor Martson the teacher thinks that it's totally him, and he's like, "Oh no, I know your intentions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking hers." So that was really intense. And then they leave, and then later that night, up in the middle of the night, Olive gets up and she goes to their office, and they put her in the lie detector this time, and she has to answer the questions, and it ends up with, again, Olive running out because of something Elizabeth said, and then Elizabeth goes and finds her, and they start kissing, and then the professor shows up, and the prop master in that college theater has a big mess to clean up in the morning. But oh my gosh, I really wish that my pervy old dad would shush.
What are you running away from your father?
No.
Don't open that door if you don't want it to be made worse.
Do you need to come home with me and Haruka tonight? Do we need to keep you safe?
Can I sleep in your bed?
No.
Then no.
Maybe I need to ask your intentions with Haruka.
You know my intentions with Haruka, so. Anyway.
And I know her intentions with you.
Just because you play violin and shit. Anyway.
I'm graceful and I paint, and I never got detention every day.
Back to the movie. Anyway.
Next time, I'm hanging out with people my own age. Or older, like Setsuna.
So she's joining the old lady club. I don't think Haruka likes old ladies. I think I got under her skin. Now, the movie.
Yes, the movie.
So they sleep together, and then they try not to be together, and then it turns out then Olive's fiance dumps her, and it turns out she's pregnant, and so they begrudgingly try to start a life for their kid. And then eventually, after the baby is born, they're all able to actually be together and be happy.
You skipped the part where he lost his job.
Well, yeah, they got fired. They totally got fired. Because, well, everybody could tell what was going on. Because they weren't discreet. They didn't know how to hide their secret identities. Unlike some people.
Minako, I know.
Yes, Michiru Kaio. I just agreed to do some advertising for her. What? Sailor V needs advertising.
No, she doesn't.
Awesome.
No, she isn't.
She's awesome. You should totally check out Sailor V. She's awesome. And she has her own video game. I don't think, I don't know. I've never seen a Uranus or Neptune or Pluto video game.
They're actually busy doing their jobs.
And Sailor V was around before any of them except for Pluto. Because I think that she's supposed to be older than dirt.
She's insane. We're taking her to the place later.
Anyway.
Don't listen to anything she says. She knows nothing of Sailor V.
Sailor V is one of my best friends.
Oh my god. I hope a certain cat scratches you.
He's not gonna scratch
Where
me.
it's visible.
He's not gonna scratch me.
In your pretty little face. What?
That's just uncalled for. That's a mean face.
I'm gonna make you cry now. Kuriko would laugh if I made you cry.
No, she wouldn't.
She's in that kind of mood tonight.
No, she wouldn't.
She's in that kind of mood tonight.
Only you would know what kind of mood she's in.
That's the whole point.
Especially, well, I don't know. She went by the racetrack. You might not be the only one who knows.
She goes racing all the time.
Anyway.
That's her job.
So, they try to make a life, and they try to get through everything, and Elizabeth is forced to work as a secretary, which really sucks because she's way too smart for that.
And you can tell when she's interviewing.
Yes.
That she wants to punch the guy interviewing her.
Yes. Totally.
That was Haruka's comment, by the way. She made that comment when we were in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Totally watching the movie.
Sure. Anyway, those of us who were watching the movie,
because your date is dead.
That's just mean. That was just mean. Of course, you know, I do sleep over at Ray's sometimes. We're both, you know, just really sad that, you know, our guys didn't get reincarnated.
As long as Ray doesn't try to kill a certain someone because her boyfriend's dead, we're cool.
Why would Ray kill a certain someone because her boyfriend's dead?
I might have seen something in my mirror.
Besides, even if she did do something to someone, I'm sorry, but, you know, she brings her boyfriend back all the time. We lose everything for her, but she gets all her happy endings.
I think I need to make a call to Haruka to bring a certain someone to our place to sleep in the guest room.
She's probably over at her boyfriend's house. So anyway, so we need to fast forward to the movie a little bit. But eventually, one of the things that Professor Marston does for work is he starts writing the Wonder Woman comic. But he doesn't write this really silly, you know, dumbed down comic. He writes this like really smart, really cool, because of course I love the Wonder Woman comics. Superhero that is kind of like if you put Elizabeth and Olive together. And there is, you know, a great deal of submission, and, you know, there is the truth. There's her magical lasso that makes the enemies tell the truth. Kind of goes back to the lie detector that they invented and everything else. And then, well, and even among all that, they discover a burlesque shop and a rope tying demonstration. I bet you and Haruka really like that part.
My lips are sealed.
Mm-hmm. And then,
Hi, Haruka.
and then you are but then like stuff happens and people find out and they have to deal with all of that and they separate for a while. Olive goes her own way, and in the end, throughout the whole movie, there's these flashes to Professor Marsden defending Wonder Woman, and in the end, you figure out that he's sick and dying, which that part made me cry. It was so sad. He was dying, and they were going to be alone, and it was so hard for Elizabeth to just, like, be willing to submit to somebody else. It was so hard. So, but in the end, she did, and it tells you in the movie that he did die of cancer and that they lived together for the rest of their lives, which was so kind of, that was a happy ending. But it was.
Nothing.
I mean, it was a sad ending, but it was a happy ending too, because even though it's sad that he died, it was happy that Olive and Elizabeth got to stay together. And they loved each other, so at least there's that. But, so anyway, I love the movie. I think Michi loved what she saw of it when she wasn't in the back with Haruka. And I would highly recommend it.
I watched the movie.
Sure you did. Alright, keep fighting evil by moonlight and winning love by daylight. Bye, guys!